different features that ChatGPT has. So I think I should just, start with that before we go into the practical session. So we all count together. If you have a free version of ChatGPT, you will likely have ChatGPT 3.5 up here. I hope everyone can see my screen. Can we all see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Oh, great. Thank you. So we all likely, have 3.5 if it's the free version they are using. But one thing I tell people is if you are using ChatGPT for a lot of things and you are using it for to make money, you are using it to create stuff to sell, please don't stick with free version of ChatGPT. Free version of ChatGPT, you won't even get much. But if you want to really explore ChatGPT or you want to create a product that you want to sell, one of the things I would advise is you can subscribe for ChatGPT for a month, and that month, just stick with that project, complete that project using ChatGPT Pro version. So this is ChatGPT Pro version. If you are using the free one, you won't likely see this. Explore this sidebar here that shows explore GPTs. Probably you just see your chat, you see all the chats you've done in the past, and then this place is likely empty. But if you are going to be using the Pro version, on the Pro version, you will find Explore GPT. So this is where, let me move this up. This part is where you put in your prompt. We all know that this is where we usually put in our prompt, and then ChatGPT goes on to, create a lot of things for us. But one of the things that you can do with ChatGPT, aside from just you writing a prompt and ChatGPT giving you a response, is that you can also explore GPTs on ChatGPT. So these GPTs are just, custom GPTs that people have, built. Anybody can actually build GPT on ChatGPT. And if we have time, I could take us on that. But if we don't have time, we'll just, because this is majorly, for us to prompt ChatGPT and for ChatGPT to give us what we need. So I'm going to streamline what we'll be talking about so I don't go, too far. But if we request for it later on, we could have another session where we just come, learn how to create GPTs, and then we go. But ChatGPT, this GPT can also only be created on the Pro version. You can't create it on the free version. And with the GPTs, you can go on and, chat with the GPT, and it will give you the exact thing it has been named to do. So, for example, these GPTs here, this one can help somebody with coding. It said code smarter, build faster. So if you are, let's say, a software engineer, you can use this. Excuse me. You can use this to, assist you in coding. If you want to generate, maybe you want to generate images, you can use this. Now, one thing I want you to know is the GPT store is like the Play Store. The Play Store can help you do a lot of things. You can download apps and then use the app to do what you want to do. In fact, our phones are filled with several apps. That is the same way this GPT is. So for example, let's say I'm doing my research. I'm doing my master's program and I want to write paper. I can use Scholar GPT to help me. Now, this GPT has been built by different people. Build GPTs. Some people, some companies built their GPT, and they built that GPT on millions of data or thousands of data that they've accumulated over the years. So you can imagine you using that kind of GPT, you will get a lot of results than just using the general ChatGPT. The general ChatGPT too will help you, but you have to prompt and prompt and prompt, and you will convince your assistant before it will give you what you want. But with the custom GPTs, it can give you the direct thing that you are looking for on ChatGPT. So that's what the GPT store is for. If you're a data analyst, or you are a content writer, or you're a social media person, you can actually come on the platform. So for example, let's say I'm a content writer. I'll just come on the GPT and search for content writing. Content writing. And then it will give me the content I'm looking for. It will give me the GPTs I'm looking for. So for example, let's say I'm looking for my content is for e-commerce. This GPT is going to help me write an SEO rich report or output that I can use. So you can use the GPTs to do a lot of things. Now look at this one, is saying 100% human writing with AI content detector. So somebody who is looking to write, and then you don't want somebody to know what you are, maybe what you've written is from AI or from ChatGPT, you may want to try this GPT. Now let me click one of the GPTs and let's see how it looks. So when I click it, it's going to pop up. This is going to pop up. Then I can just start chatting with it. But what this GPT is saying it will do, look at the rating people are giving it, 2.0. So that means the GPT is doing what it would do. Now, it would, if you want to try it, if you really want to try it, you can click on start chat. But I don't want to try it. Let me go and look for another GPT that I want to try. So for example, I am a social media person, social media manager. I can just type social media. So I'll look for different, okay, you can choose anyone. You can choose anyone. In fact, the GPTs are so good that if you see like maybe different GPTs that you want to use here and that you really like, you can call all the GPTs that you're interested in your prompt. So for example, when we start prompting, I will try to look for a GPT here and there, and we can call the GPTs. But for now, let's get familiar with the platform first. So with that, you can get now on this GPT store. So far, we have thousands of GPTs that you may never exhaust. In fact, you will not be able to exhaust all. So just pick one that resonates with you. Maybe the one that has 5-star or 4-point-something star. For example, there are some that GPT picks for people. So GPT you will see it here trending. If you want GPTs that are trending, that means a lot of people are using that those GPTs. So for example, this one, write for me, people are likely using it a lot. That's why it's trending. And then I think I don't know if it's daily. ChatGPT also features GPTs that you can use. But for many of us on the call, I know that many of us are using free, so I don't want to stay too long here. But I just want to show you, how useful these GPTs can help. It can help you to write. If you want to write a storybook, there's a GPT that can help you do that. If you want to write a report, there's a GPT that can help you do that. If you want to create logo, look at one here. Maybe a quick logo that you want to just use to start your business. This will help you create a logo. So if you want to cartoonize yourself, you can also, use this GPT. So it's so many things that you can do with ChatGPT. So let's go back to prompting. So now is our major practical session. So I want everyone to really pay attention and then get your what's it called? Your other device, get it ready. I'm going to copy the prompt to the chat, and then we can test it on our end. So let me see. All right. So for the RTF, the first style or framework that Kiket taught us, RTF means role, task, format, as she said. The role is just, what role do you want ChatGPT to take? Do you want ChatGPT to take the role of an expert, for example, expert interior design business coach? Or do you want ChatGPT to act as, for example, an expert social media manager? I usually put expert social media manager so that I don't just want a social media manager. I want to be somebody who has stayed long. In fact, you can even go on to say an expert social media manager of 20 years. When did social media start? Or maybe 10 years or 12 years experience. So when ChatGPT is going to give me output, it's going to give me an output that's from somebody who is really knowledgeable about that question or prompt that about what I really want. So you can use, role-based style. Role, you put in the role, you put in the task, and then you also select the format. Now for the task, that is where you put in, oh, I want you to brainstorm ideas. Oh, I want you to generate task for me. Oh, I want you to create a check or a step-by-step approach to doing this. So different things that whatever your task is or whatever it is that you want to get from ChatGPT, that is what you put in your task. Then the format. The format just has to do with you saying, oh, I want it to be in table format. I want it to be in checklist. I want it to be a checklist. I want it to be a 500 lines or 3 paragraphs write up. I want it to, it's just you creating a format and telling ChatGPT, this is what I want you to do. So we are going to use this example here on ChatGPT. Now, when you are doing this, when you are putting your role, the reason why we are giving it this acronym is just for you to remember. You don't necessarily have to put it on ChatGPT. So I'm going to come and paste it in this spot. I can leave it like this. It will still give me what I want. I can also do it. Now, one of the things I want to do first, before we do our classwork, is that I want to, let me remove this first. So I'm going to remove the rule. I'm just going to give it my task. Now I want to even remove this second line here. Remember I said that you have to be specific. You have to give, you have to tell ChatGPT what you want it to do. Don't assume and say, oh, it should know. No, you have to tell it what you want it to do. You have to prompt it properly. So what we are learning here right now is how to talk to machines. Machines are not humans. They are not, we've not gotten to the level of super intelligence yet. So you still have to learn how to talk to them right now. So that's what we are doing right now. So let me delete this. And then I'm going to run it. Let's see what now, I want to also mention something about GPT 3.5 and GPT 4.0. So this is on GPT 3.5, which we all have. I'm going to now do the same thing in GPT-4. Let's see if there's a difference. So we know that, so what is it saying? It's giving me headings. Okay, telling me create a luxurious showroom. Okay, okay. Good. Thank you. But I want something more. I want it to be properly, crafted. So let's try GPT-4. So this is where you change it from GPT 3.5 to 4. If it's GPT 3.5, if it's the free version you're using, you won't see GPT 4 here at all. You will just see GPT 3.5. That's all you see. So let's do 4. Let me paste it here again. Can you see that the can you see that it's not the same thing? It's not the same thing. That one started with, oh, I should take them to showroom. This one said, host private viewings of your collections in upscale location. Now, I'm selling luxury interior design product too. I want to get, high-paying clients. And ChatGPT is giving me ideas on how to go about it. Now, you can see that it's still writing. It gave me 10. I didn't tell ChatGPT to give me 10. It gave me 10. But for the 3.5, he didn't give me up to 10. And it wasn't even as detailed like this. So now we are on ChatGPT 4. Let's now go back to our RTF. Let's see what to come up with. So we'll know how, when you give ChatGPT just your task, oh, I want to do this, and then you go, it will give you this. It will write normally, like it's writing a report. But meanwhile, what you want is something that you can just look at your table and pick, oh, this is what I'm going to do next. This is the next idea I'm going to run with as an interior designer. So let's see what ChatGPT will come up with. So it's still giving me like, I think it's going to give me 10. Okay, great. So now the difference between this one and that one, if I look at that one, if I'm someone who, see, I don't have time to be reading. For example, let's say I'm an assistant. I'm a virtual assistant to a top interior design, business mogul. And then I'm the assistant. I'm like saying, wait, can you help us, brainstorm ideas? How can we, sell more of our product? Instead of you sitting down and saying, oh, okay, ah, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should, okay, let me go to Google. And Google will give you like thousands of articles that you sit down, you start writing. Look at what ChatGPT is doing for you. ChatGPT is doing is doing the thought process for you. And then one of the things this format has also done for this RTF has done for us is that we are giving it a role. It's now thinking like, a coach. So I'm talking to a coach now. Now my coach is not just giving me my output. My coach is now giving me in a format that I can quickly see whatever it is I want to do and run with it. So, for example, if I'm an assistant to my boss, I'm going to just, sir, I've helped you to compile everything in a tabular format so you can decide what we want to do. Now, for me, I'm not just going to take this hook, line, and sinker, just as I told you before. Whatever ChatGPT shares with you, don't just take it, copy it, paste it, and send it to whoever you want to. No, we've not gotten to that level yet. Just sit down, look at what it has told you to do, and then you can now bring it down to your business or to your boss's business and say, oh, okay, this is what we do. This is what we can do presently. And then you just put it in this type of table format and share it with your boss. I'm sure I was like, this is so good. Yes, we can actually do this. We can do exclusive invite. Your boss will just be like, you are such a cerebral. I had a boss that was always telling me that you're such a cerebral, professional. You're so good. I'm so good I recruited you. This is what ChatGPT can do for you. Now let's look at the second example before we move on to our classwork. That would be for tag, the tag acronym. So for tag, it's just task, action, goal. So for the task, this is what you want to do. This is what I want to achieve. This is my question, or this is my prompt. Now the action, okay, the plan, for example, the plan will help me be the most preferred, employee in my role. It's just letting ChatGPT know that whatever you're going to do, this action is going to actually help me to be more efficient in my role, or to be more effective in my role, or it's going to make me the most preferred employee. So like that is like you're being emotional. You're not bringing emotions into it. Now I even know of some people that will even go to the length of, if you don't give me an excellent response, my boss is going to sack me. So ChatGPT is going to go like, oh, okay, and deliver, what you want. And then your goal is, what is the goal of, your prompt? Why are you putting that prompt in there? Okay, I say my goal is to get, promoted in the next 6 months. So you are giving ChatGPT a context around your task. You are not just telling it, oh, I want you to generate an action plan for me, or I want you to do this for me. No, you are telling it that, oh, this thing you are doing, this is what it's going to do for me. It's not just going to do this for me. It's going to help me to be promoted. My goal is to be promoted. So whatever you're going to generate for me, it has to help me to get promoted in the next 6 months from our example here. So let me copy this and let's try it on ChatGPT. I think I should use, let me use 3.5 for now, because many of us are using 3.5. But it won't give you, excuse me, it won't give you, that, the kind of response like this ChatGPT for. Or maybe I'll try the both and let's see how it is. So let's go to 3.5 and paste. All right, I have to speed up now. So it has given me what to do. Action plan. I should understand my role inside out. That shall give me everything that it wants to give me. Now let's go to 4. Let's see what 4 will say. You can see that for 3.5, he just told me, yeah, go and do this one. Go and do that. You will see that there's this lazy way of responding that ChatGPT is doing. But if it's ChatGPT 4, it will go the extra mile to give you, oh, okay, showcase, for example, look at this. It's saying, let's start from the first one. Understand your role and objectives. Then he broke it down. Number 1, study the job description. Even if I'm not reading what is explaining, and I'm just looking at these subheadings, it will give me an idea. Okay, I should prioritize my task. I should use tools like Asinova's matrix. Okay, that's a good one. That's how to manage my time effectively. I can run with that. Seek feedback. Okay, this is good. In fact, for this thing alone, I'm going to share this prompt page, this prompt document. I'm going to share it with us. So in our own free time, we can use it. But for us I want us to try this. There's no time right now to go to RAS, CEF. We can try it at home, but I'm going to explain what it's going to do, and then we can prompt using ChatGPT 3.5. But it's not still going to give us all we want as much as ChatGPT 4 will give us. But let's go with what we have for now. So if you look at what ChatGPT is saying here, you see that it's giving me, it's even giving me timeline. I didn't ask for timeline. I just told it what it should do. And see, this is what I am doing. You have to really help me. Now, another thing that we need to do, we need to know is that I talked about critiquing. You can tell ChatGPT to critique itself. So let me edit this. No, don't let me edit it. Before I do the editing, let me tell it to critique itself. Critique your response. When you tell ChatGPT to critique its response, what it will do to tell you area of improvement, it will now tell you that, okay, this is the ones that the ones that really work. This is it. This one, well, it may not necessarily, work. It can give you so many response. But one thing I tell people is when ChatGPT gives you the first response, don't stay with that first response. Send a follow-up question. Tell it to critique itself. Tell it, oh, let me do that. Give me better response. If you give me a better response, let me do that quickly. If you do that, I will tip you. You can tip ChatGPT too. I will tip you $1,000. Let's see whether it's different. Can you see that? It's not like my first response or the first response that ChatGPT gave me. It's not like I can't use it. But the reason why I'm telling it to prompt it, critique yourself, give me better response. Tell me, do better, whatever it is that you want to put in, is so that I can get more from ChatGPT. Because if I continue with my conversation, it will continue. I don't know with 3.5, but with 4, I'm the one that will be tired with the information it will give me. So with this one, it's giving me, before I didn't even see where it talked about, approaching a mentor. I don't know if you mentioned mentorship before. You didn't even mention mentorship before. Imagine I just, took the first response and I, just go on with it. That's how, I will miss out on this other information. Now, this one I told it that, okay, ChatGPT, critique your response. It gave me another set of information. I told it, okay, give me better response. I will tip you $1,000 because ChatGPT wants to collect $1,000. Look at what it's giving me. So it's telling me, okay, we need role audits and setting smart goals. It talked about that before, but there's this part where it says you can seek a mentor, build a support network, and that was not there before. So if you put in all of this prompt, you'll get in more, whether it's content writing you're doing, or you are writing a report, or you are drafting a report. You can do everything using all of these steps that we've shared today. So let me go straight to the classwork. So what I want us to do is, let me copy this. From all I've told us, I want us to rewrite this prompt. So this prompt is list some common pain points of graphic designers and provide some example of content I can create. So I want you people to, let me paste it. So I've pasted it in the chat. I want you to rewrite and refine this prompt with whatever, with the 3 prompting styles that we've talked about. the third prompting style, I'm sure okay, let me just quickly go through that before we do that. So for the third one, the RASCEF format, the R is for role. We've already talked about role. The A is for action. Action in this sense is like task. So the S is for steps. What steps do you want it to take? Do you want it to research, to proofread, to rewrite, to write in a way that it won't be detected? That's the steps you want it to take. Then context is the C. What is the context? So for example, in this example, I wanted to act as an expert social media marketer. I wanted to generate an advert for my new luxury shoe line. And I also wanted to, as a step, I wanted to research, I wanted to draft, I wanted to proofread, and then come up with the best that, it can find. And then my context is, the context that I'm looking for is this advert should, as an example, it should be talking about how, I can stand out, how people can stand out from the crowd with wearing luxury shoes, benefits of wearing luxury shoes, like that context. I want it to have that context. So whatever context you want, you can also put it there. Okay, the context I'm looking at is how to use, my skill in this industry. So you can put that there. Then example is, you can create an example advert that you want it to take. And then ChatGPT would take that example. Then format. What format do you want the advert to be? I want my advert format to be an Instagram format, and it should have hashtags, included. Yours could be LinkedIn. Yours could be Facebook or TikTok, whichever format you want it to take, whichever platform you want it to the different platforms have their own format. The way you write on Instagram is not the way you write on LinkedIn. So you may want to bring that in. That's if you are writing something that has to do with social media. In your own context or in the prompt that you are looking at, it may not be social media based, but create a format that you want. Maybe you want it to be a template, you want it to be a checklist, or you want it to even be a flow chart. So that is what the format is about. So with that, I want us to work on the example I shared with us in the chat. So I'm going to give us maybe 5 minutes to quickly reframe that prompt. And then the winner, I'm going to give the winner a gift. The winner is going to get, a link to a prompt vault that I have access to. So if you do it, people who do it are going to get, the link to the prompt, to the prompt vault that, that I will share with you. So I'm waiting by 1:44. I'm going to decide the winners. Can everyone see what I posted in the chat? Or should I send it again?
I've seen it.
Okay. So wait for you. Let's see how you. Oh, I should send it again. Okay, let me send it again. So we are waiting. I know typing could take, a little bit of our time. So I'm going to give us, and one of the things I'm going to do is that I'm going to use our prompt. So if you have your second device, you can put your prompt, this prompt, put it first on ChatGPT. Put it on ChatGPT, see the results for yourself, and then your new prompt that you've created, put it on ChatGPT and tell me if there is a major difference. I know internet is kicking some people out, so they are going in and out. So I'll just continue pasting it. So anyone who pastes, if you paste your prompt, I'm going to try to run it here too on my end. Oh, I didn't know I was muted. So sorry. All right. So I said somebody pasted their prompt in the chat. Where are the others? Oh, I've not seen every other person's prompt. It's only one person's prompt that is here. So what I want to do now is I want to come on GPT to get a design expert. So I'm searching for an expert here that I can call. This one is a graphic design expert. Let's try. Let's try to work with this one. So the name is Graphic Design Expert. All right. So let's go back to, let's go back. What's this one now? I don't want to go to Barcelona. Well, let me do a new prompt. Right. So I'm going with the first person's prompt. Let's see. So act as an expert, generate the idea in a tabular format. Okay. So let us also note that, table format is not the only format. You could have flow chart. You could have what's it called? Templates. You could have a checklist. You could so many different type of formats that you can use. So it's not just tables alone, but tables. Many people use tables because it make them see. Oh, I want to see this. I want to pick this. I just pick, the most important thing that I'm interested in instead of reading. Some people don't like to read a lot of things. So this is what Adiola, this is what your prompt has given us. That's giving us, okay, pain points, description, and examples of content creation, right? Let's check Duquesne. Everybody that is, that is sending in their prompts, I see you. Let me note down your. If I'm going to give all of you my prompt vault. I'm going to share it with you. I want everyone to participate. So that's going to be, that gift is actually supposed to be part of my, the paid replay, but I'm going to give it to you free of charge. It's not mine. It was built by, the platform there's a platform that I am also training, I'm also learning from. So I was given the access, to invite as many, it's an invite only platform. So I was given access to invite people on that platform. So I'm only inviting people who are active on this call and also people who want to buy the replay. So let's go. This is Dupe's prompt. Right, let's see. I'm looking for somebody's prompts that would, go the extra mile. So you can see that this two is like almost the same thing. But it looks as if this Dupe's own is giving us more. How many is this one? This is okay. So it's talking about protecting intellectual property. All right. A law zone. Generate an idea. Table form. Okay. Hello, please, or Kike, please help me note the people sending in their prompt. Help me note their names, please. Let me try this Dorcas zone. me try else. Okay, I know somebody was before you. Have I pasted a law zone? Okay, let me try a law zone first. Copy, paste. And then I noticed that many of us are using, now I like what, some of us are doing. We are also mixing, the different templates, I'm sorry, frameworks. So the thing is, it's the frameworks, and it's not necessary that, oh, I have to use tag, or I have to use RTF, or I have to use RASCF. No, you can mix, all the different acronyms together. You can bring in example, bring in context. It doesn't have to be just, you sticking to one framework. You can decide that because you want something richer, you want to put in all of the all of the different aspects of the framework. You want to put in the context, you want to put in an example, you want to put in the format. You can go as far as you want. Like this allows when your own acronym is RAF. So it's just you exploring. It's not something that you have to stick to. I'm using everybody's own. I'm going to put everybody's on here so you see. And this is Tolu. Tolu is a student in computer science. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh, sorry, I cut out your. I didn't know that it's part of. Sorry. Can you see that from this prompt now, she's giving us context, a little bit of context. So she's a student. I was thinking that we are referring to me. I didn't know it's a prompt. Sorry. So let's see Tolu's on. Okay, as a student in computer science with interest in intersection of technology and design. Great. Can you see that he's going is going to, in fact, so this one is not giving us table because she didn't tell us what format she wants. So I'm going to do my own too, so that we'll all see, what is the outcome. Okay, in a presentation format with headings. Good. I like this Dorcas's prompt. I like her prompt. Let's try it. So we have a few more minutes left to we didn't start on time. We didn't start until 12:15. So please give us 15 minutes more to 15 minutes after your time. So this is 1:55. So that's like 20 minutes from now. We should wrap up. All right. So I think I will stop with this last. Elo, were you able to get the names of people? Somebody sent me a private message sent a private message prompt. I like this person's one.
Yes, Lord.
What do you say?
Yes, I got names from the general.
Okay, one day sent me personal message. So please also note her too. So because I want everybody to get. I could also share the link. I could share the link in the chat too. So I will send it directly to those people. I think I'm going to do that. So look at this is Dorcas's prompt. She wants it in a presentation format. And because ChatGPT does not generate slides. It will not give you in that format. So there are people who have built tools that, if you put in this prompt, it will just give you a presentation. It will give you a full presentation. So, but this one, the way it has broken it down, is a thing that you can copy and just paste in your slides, whether it's Canva you want to use, or you want to use Google Slides, or you want to use Microsoft PowerPoint, whichever one you want to use, you just copy and paste it. So that is that. Let me try this Modesiah's prompt. I think I want to is okay. Oh, she okay, do you want me to help you try this prompt? Because this your prompt is different from the prompt I shared. It's different from the prompt I shared, but you still made effort. So I think you should also be given, I'll share the link. Don't worry, don't worry. So let's do this. Create a guidebook for parents to tip out to their preteens. He's already giving you a guide, though. Can you see your ebook? He's giving you content, giving you the structure. He's giving you ideas, what each chapter or page is going to be talking about. And the funny thing is, if you paste that your prompt in 3.5, it may not give you this much. So 3.5, that's the limitation of 3.5. So that's why I'm saying that if you have maybe something you want to create, for example, you want to make money from it, use your money to look for money, pay for the pro version. I'm not marketing for them. It's just, a way to use it better. So let me see any other one. Yes, the prompt is really, really, you have really learned a lot. From this your prompt, you have really, really, yeah. This is also a good one. You've created the role, you've created the task, you've also created the format that you want it to take. You've also used the concept the context that you want it to. You're also being emotional about it. So all of the tips that we've shared with you, you've put it in. And for example, if I tell it to critique itself, I can say, this is not good enough. This is not good enough. Critique yourself and generate something better. So it's going to refine it again for you. It would still take in some of the things that I said before, but it's now going to do it in a way that you can see cover page, preface, page 1. So it's even telling you, okay, you can put infographics somewhere. Meanwhile, it didn't mention that before. Just gave you, oh, do this. Okay, it talked about graphics. So it talked about graphics, but this prompt, this response, this output is not the same as this one. And the thing is, it doesn't mean that the first response or the output it gives, the first output it gives you, you will throw it away. No, you are supposed to use everything together. The reason why we are doing, critique yourself, is just to make it think more deeply, as if it's a human being, think more deeply and generate more stuff that I can use. So at the end of the day, you have several outputs to, work with. So let me, many of the things that people have posted here is like the same thing. It's the same thing. So let me go back and copy that and then create my own. So this is the task. I'm going to tell it to act like an expert. Graphics designer. So I'm going to also tell it to, provide, okay, so as I've already said, the task is acting. So I want to call one of the GPTs, graphic designer. Oh, I didn't chat with that graphic designer. Sorry, I have to go back. I have to go back. I want to get that graphic designer GPT. It's not this one. Let's go with the one with is it the Pro also? Expert. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yes, so I'm going to start chatting with it. So let me just pick I can pick one of the questions. So I have it in my dashboard now. So I can call it, I can go back to my chat and call it. So list some acts. It's an expert, graphic designer. Then I can call that I can call that GPT in my chat. Why is it not showing? It's supposed to show my drop down. Okay, if it's not showing, we can move on. So act as an expert graphic. It's going to do the same thing anyways. Act as an expert graphic designer and list. So what I want you to do is to create a template for me. So I want the format to be what is it called? In a template format. I want it. Let's see what to even give us with templates, creating a template. So I'll also go ahead to tell it to think this through. No, let me be emotional with ChatGPT. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Okay, let me take a deep breath. Think it through. Think it through. And deliver a step-by-step approach. So I'm going to put in a lot of things that we've been talking about. If you do this well, I will tip you $500. This is very important to me. My job is at stake. So you can see that I'm talking to ChatGPT, not like, oh, give me this. I want this. No, I'm psyching. I'm trying to, I won't call it manipulation. I'm trying to get the emotional side of the tool. And the reason why we are doing this right now is so that it can do extra. And it's going to be different. Let me mute everyone again.
What should I do?
Let me mute everybody. Kehinde Ajiba Oyebade, I think I've muted you for now. All right, so let's go back. So I'm telling ChatGPT that my job is at stake. So what I've told it to do is, just to go the extra mile, break this thing down for me, like to the to the minute tests. Don't just do one thing and stop. Think deeply. Now, this is the same prompt that we have all, reconstructed. You've done it in your own way. I've done it in my own way. Look at what it's saying. It's giving me example content. Look at it. It's breaking it down. It's not just telling me, okay, understand the pain point and then just give the heading. It's giving me an example. Example content is a detailed guide or a video tutorial on effective communication. So I can quickly run with that content like now. It's not that I will now start, brainstorming. Now I'm getting that emotion out of ChatGPT. So the second thing it told me, creating the content, is telling me, okay, this is what you should do, research and all of that. But what I really, really need is already, giving me, I can now tell it, I can give it, feedback or prompt him more and say, oh, tell me more about the pain point. Can you write more? Can you give me more example content? Can you write 10 more content? This time around, put it in a table. I can do that. I can tell ChatGPT. And when it does that, I can say, oh, give me like 10 more. I want to, or give me 20 more. And ChatGPT will keep on responding to you till you get to the last. So that is what, ChatGPT can do for you. We have done all the samples, we've done a lot, and I don't want us to go beyond what we have done. So when we all filled the form, some of us, we wrote our expectation. And I believe that our expectations, are already being met one way or the other. Sorry, this is not supposed to. Okay, so what we did, we've already gone through all of the formats. We've done the practical. We've used different use cases. But one thing I want us to also note is that before I go to the ethical use, I have answered from this document, which I'm going to share with everyone. If you've not joined our Telegram channel, please do. I'm going to paste it in the chat. I'm going to be sending, follow up the link to this document. I will send it to the Telegram channel. So let's all try to join the Telegram channel, and then from there we'll get more information, because we can go on talking about ChatGPT all day long. But if we do that, it's like we are going to spend all of our time. So I was able to answer everybody's question in this document. So for someone that is asking, how do I use ChatGPT effectively for different work tasks, I've already told you what to do here. List all your activity. So in your workplace, so now I've learned ChatGPT. How do I use it? List out all the things you do at your workplace. List out to the minutest activity, to the minutest task. And then all those tasks that you always ask yourself, oh, how do I do this thing? That you usually go to Google for. You can get everything from ChatGPT. So you can compile your question, use some of the prompting styles and framework that we've shared with you, use it to create your prompt, and you can continue using ChatGPT. You can continue using it like that. And your output, by the time you share it with your boss, share it with your colleagues, everybody is wondering, oh God, you're so intelligent. Some people that have never used ChatGPT will be wondering, wow, how do you come up with this? And so you become the go-to person for a lot of things. Someone is asking, how do you create streams of income? I already said it. Now that you know how to use ChatGPT, there are several jobs on Upwork, Fiverr, people looking for people who can help them to prompt ChatGPT or create stuff using ChatGPT. You can also register your skills there and sell your skill. You can also create content that you can monetize. There are so many contents that you can do low content books. You can do templates. You can do checklists. You can create it with ChatGPT. You will just tell ChatGPT to give you a checklist on so thing, and then it will, create it for you. But if you want an image, you tell it to generate an image for you, not that it should give you content. I don't get that. So you will watch the replay anyways. Dorcas is asking a question around, can the promoting styles be shared? I don't understand what you mean by promoting styles. Then if you can explain further, I would answer that. Then someone is asking, how do I use ChatGPT for my research work? You can use GPT on ChatGPT. But if you don't want to use GPT on ChatGPT, I already created like a sample prompt that you can use. For example, if you are maybe an health researcher, these are some of the things that you can use ChatGPT for. So you can use it for your research work. You can also upload. So one thing that I forgot to show us is this icon here. This icon is for uploading anything you want ChatGPT to have. If you have a document that you want ChatGPT to generate from, then you can upload it here. So you just click on it and it will tell you to upload the document. You can upload the document. You can use that from that document. You can summarize that document. You can use that document to answer questions. So many things that you can do with it. You can tell it to rewrite what is in that document. You can tell it to answer questions for you on that document. So I've actually seen some people who use ChatGPT they just upload their book and then they ask questions from their book using ChatGPT. For me, I wrote a book like 2019. I just created a GPT for that book, and I intend to share it later on anyways, but I've not shared it. It's live on ChatGPT. So people do that. You can do so many things like that. If it's something that is of interest to us, we could do it in subsequent literacy session. There's so many things to learn in the AI industry. ChatGPT is just one. It's just one because it actually started the revolution anyway. So that's why we are using it. So you can do a lot with it. So looking at your question, Dorcas, you said, can the prompting styles be shared? Yes. So the prompting style is also in the document that I will share with you. Is in this document. So everything we talked about, every what's it called, prompts that we've used, you will find everything here, and even answers to questions that will actually help some of us. Some of us are asking questions from the form you filled. So someone is asking its functions. I've shown you ChatGPT functions. And then I've also shared some prompts that you can use with you. So someone who wants to create a report, whether it's data visualization from your data, ChatGPT can also create that for you. It can generate charts for you, it can generate reports for you. So it's not just content, it can also generate images, as I said before. Do we have any more questions? I think right now we can start leaving our questions in the chat. So the final part I want us to talk about is we must use AI ethically. We must use it ethically, because if you don't use it, there's a way you can use ChatGPT. If you don't do the right thing, ChatGPT may block you. That's one thing. If you're asking questions that are harmful, or you want to create something that is harmful, for now you can't create things for children. If you mention children, they will flag your stuff. So because they don't want you to use it in a way that can harm minors. Do not use AI for harmful, illegal, or explicit purposes. Don't tell it to generate, pornographic stuff or something like that, because they will flag that account and they can block that account. Also, fact check, as I've told you before. Then your informed consent. Before you ship, if you have a document that you want to upload on ChatGPT, please ensure that you remove all important information, your personal information from it. And if it's data that you're uploading, be sure to get consent from the owner of the data before you upload. So, for example, someone wants you to analyze data for them as a data analyst. You must get consent from the person who is sharing that data with you before you go and upload it on ChatGPT. Because when you upload, anything you upload, as I've said before, can be used to train their model. So run away as much as it's possible from uploading personal information on ChatGPT. Then finally, we have our Q&A session before we go.